Hi.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Heliopsychosis podcast. This is your host, Vika Rajiv. Guys, welcome to the show. If your first time here, do hit that subscribe button. And yes, what an awesome show and guest we have today. Before we jump in with our panelists and co-hosts, I want to give a quick shout out to some of the podcasts which I have been. These brothers are doing a great job. And first of all, Rob from Disorganized Productions, amazing brother, doing amazing podcast, amazing guest. So do check out Disorganized Production podcast. And there is also Firmamental podcast. These brothers are also doing amazing work. And Flat Earth Files, George Hobbs. And then last, I think on Friday, I was on Outer Limit Radio. And these are all independent site too. You can find them on Spotify or any podcast medium there are on the in different platforms. You can check these guys out. And yes, my co-host brother, me and Gene, we have already we are almost have become TikTokers.
Yeah.
Right? We have been having we've been having some amazing lives there. There's an amazing community there, and they really like us being there and sharing amazing stuff because yeah, it's just a different vibe there. People can just jump in and jump out, flat earthers, ball earthers. So it just goes on amazing stuff. So sometimes when you don't find us here and there, try look for us on TikTok and you're gonna find us some me and Gene sometime there in those live. So oh yeah, how you're doing, brother Gene?
Hey, bro. Good to see you, man. I'm doing excellent. Yeah, the new avenue we found, right? It's just a lot of fun. It's very different. It's kind of
Oh
ongoing.
yeah.
It's back and forth. I tell you what, most of the pages are obviously flat Earth pages, and the globe Earth is, like you say, you could be on there for hours, and the globe Earthers fall off left and right. They jump in, they're gone. They jump in, they're gone. They got no answers, right? They have nothing new for us, and we know how to explain everything. I don't personally, but collaborative, it's great. It's really a lot of fun, man. And honestly, guys, I want to say hi to everybody in the chat, and thanks for coming. Of course, it's really great to see everybody, and spending your time with us is just phenomenal. And always thankful and grateful to see you all here. And I wanna throw a shout out to everybody right now. Everybody in the chat, everybody here. Vika, my guru brother, my Dan brother. We're getting there, bro. Guys, we've been having so many great conversations here weekly, and with so much going on, the release of the documentary, all these guests coming on left and right. It's just a powerhouse lately. Having a lot of fun. That's so much fun that both of me and Vika forgot to even acknowledge that we've been doing this for 2 years straight now, guys. And
Wow.
yeah, man.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh yeah.
Thank you so.
I didn't know I was unmuted or not, but yeah, that's intense. 2 years straight of podcasting and getting guests and doing the directing and getting everyone together and collaborating together and leaning on one another. Yeah, that takes a lot of work. 2 years straight.
Oh yeah, bro. Absolutely. You know, getting guests is not easy. So we're always thankful when you guys are able to come on, man. Really, so thankful to dedicate your time from life. You know, life is a busy place, so it's really just great to have you here tonight, and everybody that hangs out all the time. You know, and you know what we're gonna work on, guys, is having more of you guys in the chat come on with us with your great questions and your great views and answers and perspectives to all of everything we're trying to turn over. We're not leaving any stones unturned in this journey we got going on. And you know, that's a shout out to everybody, all of you guys. Thank you so much, and we love you all.
Oh yeah. Oh
Keep up the
yeah.
great work, guys. You guys are warriors, man. It's not easy to do this stuff for everybody. So kudos, man, and love to all of you guys. Vika,
Oh yeah.
right? Introduce our guest, brother.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, just yeah, absolutely. The lovely people who have sticked around with us for 2 years, and the new people, yeah, absolutely. Like really, like we are gratitude for you all spending our like your time with us. So we all are learning and growing together. We all are gurus, right? And we make together that big picture. And yes, what I would say for our guest today. It's been few years that we wanted to speak and do things, right? But I think we did a podcast before together, not
Oh
on
yeah,
yes, I think on Money's channel, right? Truth
yeah,
Seekers,
yeah, yeah.
and we were there on one podcast, and I really like the stuff he was into, like especially the Earthship, because I was also into Earthship too. So we resonate on many things. So it was like a perfect opportunity for us to have him on here with heliopsychosis. Oh, I think he will be back in a couple of minutes because he's doing his life. You were jumped out, brother. So welcome our brother Flat Earth SubGenius, real truth seekers also, from the Flat Earth community, many years. So welcome, brother. It's great to have you.
You don't want me to take this hat off and show you all my gray hairs. I used to have all black hair. Now I got the grays. No, I don't care. I used to, when I had all black hair, I used to call myself. I saw myself in the future with two silver fox, like a mafia member type, a soprano type silver fox, two silver streaks, and I got them now. And it's like, what the? You got to be careful with what you manifest, folks. Here, your mind's a powerful thing here. So, like, whatever you see yourself being or becoming, or even not becoming, the non-dual aspect of it. If you just give up on being or becoming, oh, I don't want to become anymore. I want to be. Okay, now what? So your mind's just powerful. Our minds are insane. Even if they're so powerful that scientists aren't even sure if it exists or not, and they can't even find the center, the command center, the commander who runs the command center. They can't find that guy, and they're just going crazy trying to find the one who controls the command center, and they have all these silly theories about it. But I missed the part where you were introducing me, so that probably would have helped with my train of thought. But yeah, dude.
No, so I was just mentioning people about your Earthship, that you were so much into Earthship that I was also into. I understand the whole concept. I was also into the Garbage Warrior. I know who
Yeah.
he is. So I was into eco bioconstruction, of different types. I tried everything, right? So
Yep.
yeah, tell
What
us
what
about yourself, how you got into. Yeah, go
what
ahead.
what episode is this?
Which episode?
Today.
Yeah. What episode number is this?
No, we don't have a number. We go by title.
Okay, all right. Well, what do you think? Like episode like 50 or 100 or 150?
80 to 100 or so.
Nice.
It's been
Okay.
2 years, and we took a couple of weeks off during Christmas.
So you guys got a lot of. Sorry, go ahead, Gene.
No, more so the first time than this year. This year we took less time, but last year we took a couple of extra weeks, like 6 or 8 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. So whatever, you know.
I would love to be.
80, no problem.
I would love to be in the chat room, talking with the chat room folks and everyone that sticks around. But my computer right there is being. It says connect to the internet. It's not letting me connect to the internet, so that's why I had to do my phone. I love participating and with the audience and answering questions and stuff. So if you guys see any cool questions,
no, you can you have an option there, like a comment section. You don't have that. You cannot see the comments.
I do on my phone, but then that I have to sign into some other stuff, and I don't want to get kicked off. That's why I got kicked off the first time. Like right before it introduced me, because I was trying to log into the comment section and it didn't let me in there. So whatever, we'll get through it. But yo, Keith Cameron Smith, what up, dude? I see your face all the time on things.
What's up, SubGenius? How are you?
What's up, man?
Hey, Gene.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I've been doing this for a long time. Like I made my YouTube in 2013. And I was just trying to, okay, I can make some videos, and before I make my flat Earth videos, I made sports videos. I made like NBA playoff sports videos on Facebook in like 2012 or 2013, leading up to, because I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna go talk about this flat Earth stuff. So I'm like, all right. So I think I just wanted to practice like commentating and being in front of the camera before I started wanted to talk about reality and ontology and cosmology and astrology and physics and all these crazy subjects that we're all into, whether it's religions or books or book collecting or Earthships or whatever, man. All of us are all doing our own little thing. Some people do it for hobbies. Some people do it as their business. Some people do it as in their leisure time. Some people just want to spread knowledge and spread info and data and what they love to other people. That's what I wanted to. The main reason I started 10, 15 years ago was, all right, if I can do it, anyone else can. Just look at me. And how unprofessional I am, and how bad my computer skills and editing skills and my Patreon skills, and I'm kicked out of most of the groups I'm exiled, I'm shadow banned. I'm not saying about guys it's bad. Like I'm one of the most excommunicated people on the plane here. Like I'm banished. They got me outcasted. They don't want anything. No one talk about this. I think that Vika thought he was going to be talking to Flat Earth Sun Genius, not Flat Earth SubGenius. I think he was like, I get to talk to Flat Earth Sun Genius.
No. Just correction mistake. It wasn't that I didn't had idea. It was because the thumbnail was correct. You're right. So it was just a spelling mistake, brother. So before we continue, we want to welcome another brother, our panelist from almost also 2 years, Keith Cameron. Brother, where have you been? Did Zuck you or what?
Yeah, I got zucked, man. I lost my account on Facebook after 14 years on there. I can't get on. I can't recover it. They won't even talk to me. So I don't know.
How'd that happen?
I don't know. When that glitch happened last week. Since
Go ahead.
And I tried back on. They said, nope. You say your account has violated community standards. They will not let me back.
Holy shit. But you tried your password, everything,
Tried to get friends to recover.
You cannot access.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I've tried everything I know to do. I've researched everything. But anyway, I just started a new one. We'll just rebuild that.
You got your YouTube?
Oh, yeah, I got YouTube. I'll probably start posting there more.
Exactly. Yeah. Whenever we got to consider ourselves like the movie Hercules when he was fighting the Hydra in Hades, and he cuts the head off, So if they cut one of our heads off, we got to sprawl 5 more ones to get these guys to fight back. That's how it goes.
You said it. Everybody's doing
exactly.
And we must
come
have
to TikTok, brother.
Yes, TikTok.
Come to TikTok.
TikTok's
to TikTok,
good.
brother. We are
super popular.
Going crazy with the life.
That's probably
amazing.
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me to, and I haven't done it yet. But that's probably next step.
Yeah, I got a TikTok. I got like 1,500 followers on TikTok, and I don't even post anything.
Yeah.
So
I just post. I just make fun a little. Sorry, go ahead.
Next time we are on a live, we're gonna send you the link also that you can jump in and even Keith. Right? It's not our live, but we jump to different lives.
Yes,
and
send that to me, dude.
You know, and people know us from the documentary and all this, so it's amazing. We have some amazing chats there, right?
Yeah.
So getting back to the Earthship, right? How did you get into it, and did you make one for yourself, or do you want to make one for yourself?
How I got into it was what was that? Tellinger, Ubuntu, the free money. Free money. Everything should be free. All like the whole economy is based off free, and everything. We're all just giving to one another. I forgot what it's called. I think it was called Ubuntu, and I think that might have been Michael Tellinger. And that's the thing about this is like these people from 15, nearly 20 years ago, if they stuck around all this time and they were globe earthers before, and then suddenly they're flat earthers, that's a telltale sign. Like I've known a lot of these guys when they were globe earthers, Santos Bonacci included.
Yeah, me too.
And they changed their perspective and their whole theories and their whole. So that's how you gain. I mean, if you could change your whole, put everything in the garbage and then come up with a new. But how I got into the Earthship, I just wanted, how do I get off the grid? How do I live for myself? How do I get off the government's teat? How do I provide for myself? How do I not pay bills? How do I not pay taxes? How do I provide for myself? How do I grow my own food? Okay, well, and I went to the Esalen Institute first. I was researching all these different places, what to do, where to go. I was going to travel internationally. I got my passport. But then I suddenly realized, this was after I was Robert Anton Wilson is a philosopher and an author, a Discordian, a subgenius, a witch, a cultist, but he's mainly known as the author of the Illuminatus trilogy in 1975, and he popularized a lot of these Illuminati ideas that and conspiracies that have been perpetrated, Atlantean conspiracies even. Shout out to Eric Dubé there, and like the Atlantean conspiracy, he was talking about that in 1975 in the Illuminatus trilogy. So I was reading all these books, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 12. The 2012 thing, remember 2012. The whole world's going to change, and this UFO stuff, and everything's going to...
The world is going to end. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, shit, I got to learn everything I can before that date happens, just in case some sort of like X-Men photon ray hits the Earth and I can mutate or something like that. So I just wanted to mutate and get the super knowledge, but that didn't happen. All that happened was I just read everything. I studied physics, classical, standard model. I was picking apart relativity, Einstein, the speed of light, NASA, gravity, all this crap, all this Newtonian bullshit. So it's all accumulating. And then I realized all my heroes. I'm getting to a grand point. I'm gonna switch over. All my heroes: Robert Anton Wilson, Terence McKenna, Alan Watts, John Lilly, Joseph Campbell, the hero's journey. Carlos Castaneda, all these people, they all taught and visited and lectured and lived at Esalen. And then Jan Irving was talking about how this Esalen Institute was MK Ultra CIA headquarters. So me being the Hunter S. Thompson, what's it called? Gonzo journalist that I am, I have to insert myself into the story. So I'm not just a armchair philosopher creating little thought bubbles and just saying, oh, these guys are in on it. Look, they're connected. They've talked to one another and they went to this Esalen Institute. So that means they're evil and nefarious beings, and everything they've ever done is bullshit and defect. And so I had to go to these places to get direct life experience. And that all started 10 years ago, 2013, when I went to the Esalen Institute. And then I was trying to figure out shit and heal myself, dude. I had a lot, I mean, we all have traumas, but I have trauma. I have traumas that I'm actively trying to heal. And that was a part of the journey. So it was like an alchemical thing that I set up for myself to have this outer, I got drugged by a witch lady. I had an outer body experience, and combined with a near death experience, combined with the trip that she drugged me on, with the drug that she was tripping me out. I don't even know what I was on. So I was having, and then I was having literal visions and audio sensory of the Native American Indians from 6,000 years ago in the place that I was at. I heard the chanting, and I felt it in my blood. And I mean, I could do it right now. I mean, the fucking chant, the chanting, dude, it was most powerful shit I've ever experienced in my life. But I had to wait 5 years to go to the Earthship Academy. That shit was like, I had to wait 5 years from 2013 to 2018, and then from 2013-ish, 2014, nonstop, I've been flat earthing the whole time, nonstop. And then creating all these different groups, talking with every single person that's come along the way, the whole time. Well, not every single person, but a lot of the people that have been here since the very beginning of 2013, 2014, Jaren, Wakey, and a lot of us are gone. A lot of us are dead. A lot of us that have been here since the beginning that I've known, personal friends, the flat earthers and prominent flat earthers are dead, and this is their spirits live on us, obviously. But this, in the beginning, all the flat earthers were alive. We were all alive. It's been 10 years, and a shit ton of us have fucking died, and we gotta, we're not. That's why I'm leaning into other collaborators like you guys, and it's like, we gotta, like you said, be right now. I would be in the chat room talking with all the people in the chat and connecting with all the people in the chat, but my internet stinks, so I can't. So I want to be a man of my word and connect with the people in the chat. I'm sorry that I can't, but sorry. It took me 5 years to get the courage to go to the Earthship, to go to the headquarters in Taos, New Mexico. That's the headquarters, is Taos, New Mexico. And I went there 2018, then I went back 2020, then I went back 2022. And each time I'm learning new things and adding to myself like a video game character, gaining new swords and shields and armor, and new people to the party, new spells, you add the people to the party. You guys are in my party now. Now you guys it's like, that's what they call it. They say, this is the party we're in. Everyone in the chat room, this is our party. We have our forward panel. That's what usually is in a video game. The four main characters. We got a monk. We got a sorcerer or a wizard. We got a what's it called? The warrior. We got the wizards, and cool. All of us have our own skills, like we talked about in the beginning, and all of us are coming together. I think flat earthers are way cooler, way more creative than globe earthers. Way more creative.
Oh yeah, and more successful. And more successful in life, right? Than many people can imagine, right? So before we continue this awesome stuff, I want to give a quick shout out to our brother Matthew Dragrerio for that super chat. And yes, about the Earthship, I don't know if many people have idea about the Earthship, and the Earthship, it's an amazing way for people to become self-sufficient, right? Starting like Daniel, let's explain our people here the benefits of having your own Earthship, right? Starting from the
Nice.
tire, from
Well,
like it,
well, you get to Earthships are self-sufficient off-grid buildings that work in harmony with natural phenomenon in order to reuse the materials, heat and cool itself. It heats and cools itself. It generates its own power. It collects its own water.
water,
It
its
treats its
own
own
food,
sewage, and
its
it
own
grows its
food.
own food.
Man, that's why
So
it's called a ship. Yeah,
otherwise known as a vessel, Earthship. So
exactly.
it's a vessel of the land, Earthship, and instead of just being a sore thumb like all the square and rectangle point A to
Ugly.
point B
Yeah.
buildings, this incorporates 360 Fibonacci sequence curvature. Actually, in the building incorporated 360 yurts and all different models. Really, I mean the models have been changing since technically the 60s because the Earthships were something out. They were technically a stolen concept, a stolen. It's not stolen. It's because Michael Reynolds didn't steal it from an architect, right? Yeah, he didn't steal it from an architect. He actually took psychedelics on one of the topics. The Michael Reynolds, the creator of the Earthships, as he told me himself, well, I've taken every psychedelic known to man, and
You have to reach that level to get that kind of information and idea, right? Creating like high tech, for yourself out of nothing, right? In reality, if you want, even if you want to make a
exactly.
small, even if you want to make a 1-2 person Earthship, it's possible. Only more than resources, you need the effort, the work. I have ran more than 100 of those tires, brother, with those big
Yeah,
hammers. I know
yeah,
the effort of
yeah.
filling each one of them and leveling
And
them,
that's just the foundation. Because the Earthship, I'd say a big Earthship would be about easily 1,000 tires. A big Earthship.
Yeah.
A normal large size Earthship that would be good for a family would be about 1,000 to 1,500 tires. That's the foundation, and each tire is filled with 200 to 300 pounds of dirt. So that creates it's a thermal land mass. So it creates a thermodynamic mass around the building, which insulates and heats and cools it naturally as long as you have cooling ducts and vents because of the
Exactly.
greenhouse effect.
Exactly. And you don't just have to fill the tire like this with the earth and it's done. No, you have to ram that mud
Yeah,
in it.
yeah,
You have to compact each and every tire. So what it, as Daniel's saying, that it makes that effect of heat and cold. It's like as if you are in a cave, right? And also for the earthquakes, because the rubber doesn't really slips,
yeah.
right? It also
Earthquake
helps
proof
in exactly.
and
That's so
hurricane proof.
exactly.
In Japan, they had a bunch of hurricanes, and the people surviving in the area had to congregate at the Earthship because all the buildings were destroyed except for that one.
Yeah, they're flexible. They can heave and move with what's going on around them.
Yeah, they're malleable
Exactly.
and adaptable. So there's like tropical designs. So because it's going to be super humid there, so it's going to attract a lot of wetness and humidity, and you don't want that because it'll create black mold and mold. So you got to like figure out ways to work around that. And so these Earthships have been evolving for decades, and the models have been like the students like myself. I started off as a student, but then as I just kept going back and learning and more, then I became a builder. And then I'm working for them. And then people then when I'm there who have 20, 30 years of construction and building carpentry experience, they're asking me questions and I'm like, yo, they're like, how do you how did you do this? How are you working for them? And how I'm like, dude, you know more about carpentry and all this equipment than I do. I just have the heart and the courage to go do it. And if you have the heart and the courage to do it, if that's the pathway, if that's the path you want to take, as long as that pathway has a heart, you should be on a decent path. I mean, if the pathway has a heart, that if it doesn't have a heart, I wouldn't. I mean, I don't want to.
Exactly. And this is the thing, you are saving, you are doing something for the nature. You're using those tires, you're recycling materials, right? That is one of the important like connection there, I find, right? You are taking garbage from the earth and making it, reusing it like resource, right? As a resource. And this is of abundance, right? I use different things for making in the gardening, or making like a small wall, or I still use it, right? It's one of the best.
Yeah, Michael Reynolds says that garbage and plastic and tires is the most abundant resource there is. It's just everywhere. And so it's pathetic. And matter of fact, he's changed his entire philosophy of the Earthships. He thought that he was creating Earthships for people in the beginning when he started. Then he realized now that he's not doing. He's creating Earthships for the Earth, and the people are kind of doomed. Like we've fucked everything up. So these Earthships are now in every continent except Antarctica. I wonder why that is. But
and it would work. It would work if somebody managed to make one in Antarctica. They would survive. That strong is the Earthship, right?
So
for sure,
there is
right?
There is an Earthship on every continent and every country and every state. Virtually, it's insane. So he changed his philosophy recently, this past decade. Michael Reynolds, the creator of the Earthship, he went from no, the people are a cancer, and that these Earthships, and then when we die, all of us destroy each other or just perish, or we're no longer here, or the Earth itself just shakes us off in a natural disaster. All of these Earthships will all be around the world, the plane, and all of the life will come out of them, because there's life inside of all of them. So it's harboring all this life on the inside. So it's like an anti-cancer. It's an anti-cancer agent. And they're all over the world. These little grids, and waiting to be activated. And so all you got to do is look up your local Earthship. People in the chat room, go Earthship, and then type in your city and where you live, and then you can find the closest Earthship near you. And then you can go volunteer, intern, or even go participate on a build near you. See, the thing is that other people then create their own field studies, which is where you put your theory into practice and create an Earthship using actual architecture and engineering, resources, land, money, and an actual physical crew of people. So all this takes... that's all you need for an Earthship. You need at least $55,000, land, money. We cover the money, land, and resources, and get to know people like me. Go intern, go volunteer. You can go online, and you can go do the online classes right now, and then you can get all the basic tools to start your own blueprint for it. So the Earthship is that was the next logical step after I got to heal myself. After I healed myself, after I learned as much as I could, all right, well, now I got to do Earthship stuff, and then I can wait a minute. So it's like I can create a flat Earth economy where all of us flat earthers gather, all of us artists, all of us builders, all of us musicians, podcasters, directors, any comedians, and all of us can congregate at these places. And so if I learn how to build it, and teach other people how to build these things and build these things all over the earth. And then all of us are building these things and living in these things, getting off the fucking grid, getting away from the dominator society culture. Then we're just anti-cancer agents just spreading around the plane, and we're just doing our own thing, creating our own economy, which is exactly what they don't want, which is why it's illegal to build Earthships in a lot of main cities. You can't, there's so much politics involved in this shit, guys. Like it's crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You know,
Before we continue,
before
we continue, just a second, Gene. I want to give a quick shout out to Jeremy Bird for that generous. Thank you, brother. That really inspires. Go ahead, bro.
Thank you,
Gene.
Jeremy. Well, I was just going to say, you know, if it was up to people like us and most of the people we encounter, even in the street, in the chat, friends, it's just the politicians doing this to us. It's the creeps that are in charge. None of us want to be in charge. We want to collaborate. You know, we don't want to push people around. We want to just kind of be and
exactly,
you know, and like you say, create music, art, and all that stuff. That all that stuff gets pushed out of the curriculum little by little over the years anyway, right?
100%. I mean,
Exactly.
Look at what comedy is nowadays. Oh, you see the state of stand-up comedy and comedy in general. Holy wokeness, Batman! Freaking, I gotta have a rainbow hair to. I can't get booked. I tried to get booked at this new place. They won't even book me. I'm already blacklisted from the places that.
You're flagged all over, man. You can't
dude, I can't get booked in real life.
They're gonna ban you from McDonald's soon.
I quit eating McDonald's like when I was 19 years old.
No, I'm just saying. That's
exactly, and this is the thing, right?
Is,
the best part about the Earthship is that, you know, for sure, if somebody has $50,000 or $100,000, you know, and a land, they could make an amazing Earthship, right? But even if you just have a ranch or a place and you don't have that much amount of money, you could do over the year, you know. A first year you just do the foundation, the tires. The second year you start making the roof, you know, everything, and then the crystals and everything. So the best part, it's so best camouflage is in the nature that doesn't look like a threat, right? It doesn't stand out. It can blend in the nature so beautifully, you know. And apart from that, you can harvest your own water. Like, imagine like having your own water, you know, and your own electricity, you know. Any apocalypse can happen, but it's gonna you're gonna have your own water, you're gonna have your own electricity, right?
Depending on where you are.
Yep.
Like if it snows, then it's gonna the snow's gonna melt and turn into water and collect into the cisterns that you have buried under the ground. So yeah, you can collect a lot, infinite amount of water. Yeah. Yeah, man. I by the way, I know somebody who's high up in the Earthships, and she's writing a book, how to build an Earthship for around $5,000 and with 3 or 4 of your friends.
Great.
So I'm like, I'm just saying $55,000 because I actually know the guy who you just give him the $55,000.
Yeah, the high class, you know, like you don't have to do anything, right? You just say, okay, take this money, but it's much a better deal than inverting in a house in a neighborhood, you know, with a concrete where you your energy, you're trying to heat your house, you know, you're gonna have to pay the water, you have to pay the taxes, you have to pay the community, you know.
Yeah, a lot of tourists,
right?
A lot of tourists will come, or like you just said, rich people or whatever. They just come in. They're like, "What the hell? This is incredible." They're like, "You guys are living out here like this," and like
they would pay $100, $200.
Oh, that dude,
right?
See, it's actually since I've been going back there for 6 years, back and forth since 2018. The whole entire thing is changing. There wasn't any comedy scene when I first started. Now there's a stand-up comedy scene in Taos, New Mexico, and it's getting big, and it's right next to the Earthship stuff, and the guy who's running the open mic, the comedy mic that I know, he just was talking to a famous comedian, Doug Stanhope, and he showed him the Earthship stuff. So it's like the celebrities and the comedians come in. Like there's a lot of celebrities that come in. Robin Williams, what's his name? The guy, James Caan. James Caan is like a really big celebrity figure. And they lived there, and they were actually, a lot of these people were like, there's a lot of theosophy correlations of the Theosophical Society, a lot of Hindu ashrams that are there that are related to Yogananda and who are these guys? Seem Karabi Baba. Actually, that's the hat that I have on. This is from his ashram. It means like God, avatar, creator, and everything is like, we're all in this thing. and it's like,
cool.
There's a lot of fucking MK Ultra shit going on. CIA, Tim Leary, what's his name? Tim Leary was connected with the Brotherhood, the Eternal Brotherhood of Love, and this is directly connected with MK Ultra and creating the what's it called? Grateful Dead, and literally creating hundreds of millions of tablets of LSD and handing it all over the world and creating all these psyops. And what are these people? So like these people like Tim Leary and Dr. Rupert Albert, otherwise Richard, I may have said his name wrong, but this guy turned out to be Ram Dass, Ramdas, Ram Dass, and these guys, Seem Karabi Baba was Ram Dass's like guru, master, and this Ram Dass was so affected by the psychedelics LSD that he took that he gave him to his guru. His guru took the high doses of LSD and it did nothing to him. He didn't have any effect. He didn't have any effect. And he said, yeah, this is how I always am.
Yeah, he's already passed it, right?
yeah. So it's like, apparently dolphins are like that too. Like there's been the John Lilly did LSD experiments that was funded by NASA, by the way. NASA was involved in this shit I found out recently. Dude, even when I'm trying to do alternative research, not flat earth stuff, my
NASA pops up.
Dude, I'm just trying to do psychedelic research with Discordian stuff and neuro, brain stuff, and experiments on extraterrestrial communication and non-human intelligence communication. So like we're trying to talk to non-human intelligences like a dolphin or a whale. How do we talk to them? If we can learn how to talk to a dolphin or a whale first, well, then that'll probably help before we talk to freaking ETs. Because if we can't even talk to a dolphin or a whale, then how are you going to talk to a freaking alien? You can't even talk to your own species on your plane. So that was their theory at the time. So they really worked on it. And dude, they were like the people. The guy was letting his woman like jerk off and a dolphin and perform sexual acts with a dolphin, because it was letting the dolphin was giving him more secrets and participating more in the experiments, and he didn't want to interrupt on the whole thing. So once the people figured this out that was actually going on, they stopped the experiments publicly, and so it got shut down, and then NASA got involved with the new experiments. Dude, I'm not kidding. It's actually Carl Sagan too. It's called the Order of the Dolphin. They're called the Order of the Dolphin. Look this up, people. The Order of the Dolphin features, guess who? A young Carl Sagan, the youngest I've ever seen him, actually. And he was talking with John Lilly and all these other dudes with their dolphin LSD experiments and dude, This is all. This is the origins of SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. This is psychedelic related, and this is. I mean, to me, this blows my mind because I'm trying to, like I said, do alternative research, and then I just get hit with more flat Earth stuff. I'm like, make it stop.
But bro, that's where the aliens are, man.
What's up?
That's where the aliens are.
Exactly.
That's how you
Dude.
get introduced to them and through the right channels and the right vibrations.
No, they're everywhere.
Oh yeah, flat Earth is not gonna leave us even in the flip side. You know, now even if you're on the flip side, we're gonna be like, hey, is it flat?
Oh man, I can't. The next time I'm in a DMT realm, I'm gonna be like, guys, what's going on with the flat Earth stuff? You got to tell me the truth here. Like, I'm surprised.
Show you pictures.
I'm surprised not many people have done, like, because you can just live record yourself on DMT. I've done that before. I've smoked myself, or I've shown myself being sober, and then gave my intentions and what I wanted to get out of the experience. And I wrote on a whiteboard, a platform, all this stuff, so I can because you're conscious of it. So I'm conscious of myself recording myself on DMT, totally gone, talking with Terrence McKenna in the DMT world. Yeah, dude, you're here, man. Whoa. and I'm like, dude. So I should have, I never asked him any flat Earth questions, but I did have I did meet whatever Terrence and all these other people talked about. I met these entities.
Yeah.
These.
There's somebody in the chat. There's somebody in the chat who's saying Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, and so many minds I find intriguing are all globe zealots, unfortunately. Yeah, this is the thing. That's why I don't buy into the stoned ape theory, you know? Because there is no ape.
They're gatekeepers, though, you know? They take you halfway down a path, and then they lead you down a dark alley and leave you there.
Yep. No, I used to, dude, these guys were all heroes to me. I had them all on pedestals, platforms, plateaus.
Terrence McKenna is amazing. Yeah. Oh, these guys.
It doesn't discount everything they say, but you got to really filter it out and be careful with how far you go with them.
Exactly.
I'd have to say it discounts a lot of it, though, Gene.
Well, that's what I mean. You got to figure out what's for real for you or not. You know,
Anybody who still thinks the Earth is a spinning wet rock in outer space, I don't listen to anything they say. I don't care how educated they are or what they claim to be or how true it may sound. I take everything they say with a grain of salt and say, well, maybe. You know, maybe is a good word for me. Even all this stuff that you're talking about right now, SubGenius. You know, I've never taken a DMT trip ever. I did microdosing for a little while. It seemed to help a little bit, but not a whole lot. It didn't seem worth the money to me. But yeah, I'm 53 years old. I've never been drunk, not once in my life. So, you know, my wife and I were both virgins when we got married. Only had sex with my wife for 27 years.
Well, that's amazing. The virginity part is amazing. But going to the cradle to the grave without a DMT experience is like going to the cradle to the grave without having a sexual experience.
Maybe. And maybe one day when the kids are long grown and gone, maybe. But you know, at the same time, like Vika had an experience with the seraphim. You know, I don't think he was tripping at that moment. I think he just had a real experience. And I've had experiences of complete spiritual ecstasy where I just have to stop what I'm doing, get down on my knees, and it's like a spirit of gratitude just overwhelms you of just how thankful you are.
Yes.
And the breath, blood that's pumping through you. So
absolutely. I get that too. I got that recently.
Please don't take me wrong, SubGenius. I'm not judging you in any way, shape, or form. You know, we are all on our own journey here, and this life is mysterious, bro. It's very mysterious. Especially,
I don't care. I would prefer if you did judge me, because metal sharpens metal.
Well, and at all. I mean, I think a lot of what you're saying, like Terrence McKenna, I've never gone down his path, but I've listened to him. I've listened to Alan Watts a lot. I love Alan Watts. But then now we're getting back to that point of they're ball believers. They're the universe, the other planets, and all these places.
I'm going to build on that. I'm going to build on that, on the point you're making, by the way.
I'll finish my point here. My point with that is, I think as long as you still have that belief system that the Earth is a globe and there's an endless universe, that it at some level it completely stops your spiritual, emotional, and mental growth. That you have to got to get over that lie or get out of that darkness to get into a different light or a brighter light to be able to see things that you absolutely just could not see before. So as good as Terrence may have been, as good as Alan Watts was, and I still listen to some of Alan Watts' stuff just for encouragement and inspiration. But I think as long as you have that belief, it holds you back.
Yeah, once I found out that all of my heroes were like either then the hierarchy changed. I had here. I'm trying to get my hand in it. Here's Robert Anton Wilson. Here's Krishnamurti. Here's Manly Hall. Here's UG Krishnamurti. Here's Rudolf Steiner. Here's John Lilly. Here's this guy. Here's Osho. Here's Ram Dass. Here's Tim Leary. Here's here's Terrence McKenna, Alan Watts, Robert Anton Wilson. All these guys, I had them on a hierarchy. And then once I found out, okay, either you're neutral, they know about the globe Earth versus the flat Earth, and they talk about it in a positive way, and they're using it as an intelligence test, like Robert Anton Wilson did. That's why I have him at the top, because he wasn't, although he was slightly negative towards the flat earthers when he thought that we enjoyed, what did he say? He said, we enjoy, he said, I guarantee you when you talk with the flat earther that the globe earther is going to get angry first, because the flat earther is enjoying watching you hit your head with a hammer and getting angry and being stupid. And he enjoys the whole spectacle of it. And it's like, so, but that is a tell right there. And so globe earthers will go, look, Robert Anton Wilson's making fun of flat. I'm the first person on the internet to talk about Robert Anton Wilson, Alan Watts, Terrence McKenna, Krishnamurti's, Manly P, all these people, to bring in the flat Earth versus globe Earth concept and the, what's it called, that angle, that dynamic. I'm the first person to put all of this research from the past 15 years and then compress it into a quick little video where you can show, look, this is what Robert Anton Wilson thought. He says it right here. He has it in all of his books. He talks about it in every. Not only is he has about 35 books. Half of them are fiction and half of them are nonfiction. And he blurs the lines. What's fiction and what's nonfiction? His fiction books sound like nonfiction, and his nonfiction books sound like fiction. And so he's totally blurring the lines. And so once you find out that Terrence McKenna and Alan Watts, Alan Watts said the same thing about, like, he's teasing about it. He's like, the thing about the flat earthers is you can never convince them that they're wrong. The only way you could do that is if you walk them to the edge. And that's Alan Watts's little, it's like they're stuck on their globe, like Keith said.
Exactly.
Well, here's one of the things I think about all these guys, and half those names you're mentioning, I don't even know half of those names you're mentioning. Some of them I do. And as far as you personally, your energy's great, man. You're on the path. That's how I look at people. I judge their energy, not so much their words, but the energy and maybe the feelings I get from them. Whatever discernment is, sometimes I seem to have it, sometimes I don't. But I think whether it's Alan Watts or anybody else, I think a lot of these guys know, and they figured out, hey, the Earth is flat. But if I come out as that, it's going to affect my cash flow. So they're worshiping the almighty dollar instead of being really truly committed to truth. So they are fake truthers, or they are fake teachers. They're not real. They're not sincere. And I think there's a bunch of those right now today. They figured out the Earth is flat, but they're not about to say it because they're scared that they're going to lose their income.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's
and
the
especially
gatekeepers.
Exactly. Go ahead, G.
No, that's just the gatekeeping they do. Like I said, they take you halfway down a path and then they drag you down a dark alley and they leave you there. That's what I mean by that. They know. They can't. They have to know. It's, how do we know and they don't? Come on, right?
Well, it's like the debate that Vika just did with what's his name,
McToon.
Yeah, he can't be that stupid. He's been debating 5 or 6 years. He's seen
5 years, Joe.
Well, that's his paycheck. That's where he gets his paychecks from.
Exactly. He gets paid from the Globers. He gets paid from probably the Globe companies. If the truth was known, we could see who's depositing money into his bank account. You would see who his God really is.
Oh yeah, no, I told
Exactly, and
he's been trying to debate me for years, and I told him, I go, you got to give me half of what you earn there, fatty. And lo and behold, he just won't do it. Weird.
No, he's got that $10,000 carrot he's dangling in front of everybody. Nobody's ever gonna get that money.
What a liar,
oh
dude!
yeah,
You gotta lie to Glurf.
exactly, and McToon, he didn't expected that from me, you know. So he thought maybe, you know, it's the first debate, maybe you don't have any idea, you know. Getting back to the Timothy Leary, Terence McKenna, you know what happened with these two people is that all their followers are space lovers. We know
Yeah,
that,
yeah. Well, that
you know.
was the
So
thing
if
about
they,
Timothy Leary.
if this
Sorry, Vika.
exactly, so if they
His thing
spill
was.
the yeah, if they, yeah.
Go ahead, man.
So if they would have spilled the beans about the flat Earth, you know, the following would have affected, you know, because they are into that sci-fi space world, you know, where it fits them, you know, with LSD and the mushrooms and DMT with the McKenna, right? So that's the reason. And McKenna's main point was about that ape theory. That's where he was selling it. He was one of the guys who was really pushing that.
Well, the Tim Leary created something called SMILE, Space Migration Intelligence Squared, and SMILE. That would be Space Migration Intelligence. Can't remember the last SMILE. I can't remember the last two. Oh, and Life Extension. So SMILE, Space Migration Intelligence, Studying Intelligence, I Squared, and Life Extension. That's SMILE. So space migration is the first two letters of SMILE, and that was Timothy Leary's big thing. And Robert Anton Wilson totally adopted that in his Eighth Circuit stuff. And so he was like same thing. Like Terrence made fun of science and relativity and the Big Bang. Terrence made fun of that, but what his stone ape theory was that the mushroom is what hyper sped up our intelligence and language.
That's how they evolve. Exactly, an evolution, but it's still coming from the monkeys, right? The concept is still there that they believe in evolution.
Yeah, so it's hard to separate the mushroom from the monkey and the monkey from the man, right? But that's the first time I thought of that. But that's a good one. But no, so you like Keith said, once you find out these people are globe zealots, I dropped them all. Like, you gotta kill. If you meet the Buddha on the road, you kill him. If you meet Bob on the road, you kill him. Well, that's the SubGenius saying. And so I've talked to a lot of my heroes, and a lot of their children, and they're a lot of them blocked me, or they don't like me, or like I was told not to talk about the flat Earth on the work site when I was at the Earthship place, because so it was causing such mayhem where everyone in the community was starting to like chatter, and there's this flat Earth guy, and they want me to like do lectures and teach classes and stuff, but I got a lot of bad energy, like Keith was talking about, and I felt like, you know, I wanted to talk about psychedelics, I wanted to talk about flat Earth, I wanted to talk about everything that we're talking about right now, but I got this bad vibe, and so I never did it.
Yeah, I went to a permaculture event last year where we all camped out for 3 days, all different teachers teaching on all kinds of different subjects. And Saturday night was anyone who wanted to share anything could talk for 4 minutes, like a little short TED talk. So guess what I talked about for 4 minutes? I didn't go over too well. Went over like a lead balloon. Most of the people would not even talk to me the next day. All these loving, kind, friendly people.
Yeah, see?
That are all spiritually enlightened wouldn't even look me in the eye the next day.
All vegans.
Yeah, a lot of them, not all, but definitely a lot. But but at the same time, I had a guy come up to me saying, hey, I just want to tell you before we talk, I'm an engineer. I said, okay, go fire away, shoot. What do you got? So he's like, okay. At the end of the conversation, he's like, all right, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to watch your stuff. So, I did some good, but it's so funny that these people who claim spiritual enlightenment get triggered over flat Earth. Why is, one of my channel is that demons hate flat Earth. Whatever demons are, I don't know. But man, people really get pissed off fast. I mean, relatively spiritual people, or people who claim to be spiritual people, they get off so fast about the truth of flat Earth.
That really gets like that's something that I love to do, Keith. Like but like I can't do it as much as I'd like to because I would get too popular, and so it's just a small amounts, it's like if you do good at the right time, in the right moments, it makes a big difference. It's just these little pockets of, and I'm not like, I almost have a muzzle on myself, like, cause it's like Cyclops's beams. Like I learned recently that it's not like Cyclops doesn't just like shoot optic lasers out of his eyes. That's in a little optical lens is holding it back. No, folks. He's got a whole dimension of infinite energy in him behind his eyes. And if he opens his eyes, it's all infinite energy coming out, and it can't be stopped, and it destroys anything in its path. And so it's like, what we do is just that shit destroys demons. That whatever we do with our light and with our eyes and with ourselves, it eviscerates the demons, and they're like cockroaches, and they scatter, hey, and they go scurry away. And I see it. We see it. We all see it every fucking day. We see it in our own personal lives, at work, on the road, in other panels, talking with other podcast people. It's like,
that's what we call heliopsychosis, bro. It's living on a ball, drives people crazy in ways you don't even know. It comes out in ways, it's in front of you. I'm going to throw a story in real quick. I was sitting at a red light, and the other people across the street were sitting at a red light, and there's an ambulance coming up, and the light turned green, man, and 4 cars went right in front of that ambulance. All 4 of them. Boop, 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 like nobody's but the ambulance was had to push people. I'm like, this is the mentality. Watch. That was 4 people today. Next week it's going to be 6, then it'll be 10, then it'll be 50. And then ambulances are going to have to, fucking crash derby on their way into the hospitals because people don't, they don't know what to do. Or they don't care. Or they're like,
you would get a bill.
You
would get a bill. Here you would get a fine directly. If you don't make way. Yeah, if you don't make way for the ambulance, you are screwed.
I'm surprised they don't have that here, man, because they'd be giving me the ticket for looking. I was in the vicinity. I got to pay $180.
Hey guys, I got a cruise. I got to take my kids home. We're over at Grandma and Grandpa's, but I got to get them home. But SubGenius, good to meet you, man. Let's keep in touch.
Yes, absolutely, Keith. It was good to hear your input and have you on the stream. I'm glad to be acquainted with you now.
Love you guys. I'll talk to you later, Gene.
Check you later, Keith.
Thanks for passing by, Keith.
Talk to you later, Keith.
Later, guys.
Yeah, so I just to finish off the Earthship stuff, Vika, the Earthship Academy is what I first started. That was in 2018. The Earthship Academy is an intense 4-week-long program dedicated to the teaching, the theory, design, and construction techniques of Earthship biotecture. So yeah, you can go apply online, and you can go do that now. But yeah, so I've just been obsessed with trying to make my own Earthship, build my own flat Earthship crew, which I have. I'm in every social media platform that I'm allowed to be on that doesn't ban me and outcast me. And every time I'm like close to making money and my subs are going up and my views are going up and I got a lot of people engaging and interacting, all of a sudden all my stuff gets shut down and I can't. This is all it's leading to. All it's leading to is me selling people books. They don't want me selling people books. That the books that I've collected over the past 15 years that are the rarest, are the books from my mind, my life, what I find interesting and what you find interesting. Anything that you can dream of and think of, any author, I have it. And I have thousands upon thousands of these books. And so what I've done now is a long-term investment strategy for myself. Because now I have all this physical copies of actual architectural artifacts, ancient artifacts.
Imagine if the internet goes black, you have knowledge there, right?
Dude, they go, where do you get your info from? The internet or YouTube? Dude, I've learned, first off, if you can't admit that, if you learn more out of school education program than you did YouTube, dude, you're watching YouTube wrong. I learned more on YouTube the first 2 years I was using it than my whole entire lifetime at school.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? You're trying to make fun of YouTube, but guess what? YouTube is it's an international platform where every single person of any repute and every university with any prestige and reputation uploads their lectures onto their YouTube. So you're stupid. You're making fun of the globe stuff too. You're not making any sense. But anyway,
you know what? Those same people will look up anything else on YouTube and find it and follow it.
Exactly, dude.
Except for that,
dude, Globe Earthers Globe Earthers main proof of the flat Earth comes from a flat earther.
Yeah, man.
So it's like
their own model.
God rest his soul. But yeah, so it's like, how do I build this for myself? And that's the thing. I just got to make it cheaper. I got to make it so then the cheaper I make it, the more easy I can. Oh, by the way, when I say $55,000, I mean that's what it's going to cost. And me and my crew, we can build you an Earthship from start to finish for $55,000. So, and you could then, but it would be within a time frame, and we'd have to structure the contract of when you want your Earthship built and the time frame from start to finish, whether it's going to be 1 month, 4 months, or a year.
Exactly, depends. Exactly, depend on how many people are there, right? And how much you are able to afford to pay that $50,000. You know, maybe you don't have to even pay together the $50,000, right? You have to start with 10 and 10, right? There are different ways to go, but yeah, it's absolutely possible. But even like that, because imagine someone having a land and they don't want to give that time, because if somebody, a group of 3 person, like having basic idea about making that, will take few years, right? It's a work.
Yeah,
right, not every day, but it's work, right? But the people who know already how to do it, and if you pay $50,000, it's nothing. You're gonna get
exactly. It pays for itself. You're gonna get all your money back.
Exactly. You're gonna be saving in water, light, food, heating, cooling,
the utilities.
many other things. Exactly, and a lot of construction material, right? And you're gonna be doing a favor to yourself and the environment. That's the most important, being environmental conscious, right? If you don't want to pollute, right? Using that resources around, cleaning that place up, right? So a lot of things goes on that. But that's why I love the Earthship, right? You know, the way they are also positioned for the winter, that the sun doesn't come in the summer inside. And the winter sun, you have all the winter, you have the sun inside your house, you know. I've seen Earthships that they only put the chimney, you know, for Christmas.
Yep.
For aesthetic purpose, you know, with snow, see anything outside, full white, you know, and they are just putting that fire just for aesthetics, you know.
You're gonna love this, Vicky. You're gonna love this. I've been working with them for so long that one of the main plumbers there, he goes, I was working with him on his house, which cost a few $100,000. He was building a custom hybrid. So he had all of his he's seen all the different theories and models, and so he created his own custom hybrid Earthship, and it cost a couple $100,000, but he had the means and the money, and I helped him build it, and it looks incredible. You can flip this thing too. Like the guys that I work with, the crew, they build these Earthships for 55,000, for 100,000, 150,000, whatever, and then they sell them to the people, and then they flip them. So, dude, so the people then that wanted to live in the Earthship, they go, the rich person, they go, oh, I don't want to. Oh, this was fun while it lasted, but this is too much. This is not what I wanted. This is different than what they're fickle. Their fads change. So then they rent it out. So then they can rent out their Earthship, and they have they're making money traveling the world while they have people living out of their Earthship. So that's what a lot of these people are doing. He goes, the plumber, the Earthship plumber, he goes, Dan, you want to know what they call you around here? And I'm like, oh God. I go, what?
Here we go.
And he's like, oh, they call you that flat Earth guy. And I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. I thought it was gonna be like something horrible. And I'm like, that's so like. Now here's the thing. The dynamics, like the way that the Earthship is made, like you're talking about, how the sun faces the building, because you want to collect the most amount of solar power. So the sun the sun comes towards us in a particular time of day, and it travels around in a circuit, and the Earthship is facing south, I believe. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
it's probably south, yeah. Bro.
Oh, okay. So good.
At least exposure is really what you're looking for in the winter.
There you go. So it makes me look good. Good. So then you can collect the most amount of sunlight during the day. So then you can run all of your electricity through that. So what I started to do was I learned all of the flat Earth mechanics combined with the Earthship mechanics, and I started to tell everyone in my class how it works on the flat Earth, and how and like while we're on the field too. And that's when it was start like and it just so happened to be the main engineer of the class. Remember, one of you guys said the engineer had a problem with you, and the engineer, so all the smartest dudes in the class, all the toughest dudes wanted to come up to me and, oh, what this flat Earth guy, and pick my brain. How does it work on a flat Earth? And what about the clouds? And what about this? And so, dude, I went into a comedy routine. I went into one of my stand-up character routines where I turn into Bart Simpson, and I'm looking in a toilet watching the water spin, and I'm going, oh, this is science. I get my science from Bart Simpson cartoons and watching the water spin in a toilet, and that's how I know the Earth is a spinning hairball in hyperspace, because I watch Bart Simpson cartoon science, and that's how I get my science in real life. And dude, the what's it called? The foreman had to shut the build down because the dudes wanted to fight me, like instantly. Like the tools were down because they wanted to fight, like physically harm me. And I got like physical threats from gentlemen coming up to me and like saying, "Yo, dude, like you don't know what the fuck you're doing and what you're up to, and you don't know what other people do around here." And I'm like, Jesus.
Oh yeah, because the people, if they cannot win against in an argument, so they become aggressive, right?
And then he apologized to me the next day. The guy who threatened me, he came up to me. He put his arm around me while I was doing somebody else's dishes, and he goes, "Yo, I just want to let you know that we may not agree, with stuff, but I respect you." And I was just like. He got the shady eye. I didn't trust him. I didn't trust him fully from then on out. But that's the thing, man. Trusting people, it's tough, dude. Even your own friends and family, man. It's heartbreaking. How the trust issues. It's horrible.
The world is filled with crazy people. The most normal people could be the most crazy person you could imagine. So that should be like people need to be caution, right? especially
Exactly,
in
dude.
real life with, right, what you get into. And this is the best part. Speaking about the Earthship, when you say it's faced to the south, is because in the winter, when the
Yep.
sun is below, like almost in the south, so it enters at an angle. The glasses of the front part of the Earthship has a 40 degree, 45 degree or something angle of the glasses. So the winter sun enter all the time, and it warms the house without any heating required, and that heat is saved in the tires, like in so it works very well. And when it's summer, the sun is right up above the head, so it's coming directly inside, right? So it doesn't heat up your house in the summer. It works. It's amazing concept, the way it's built, and I really loved it. Yeah, I was full into it.
I'm trying to fix the lighting here. If you didn't notice, I hope that works. We got about what 15 more minutes, or how long do you guys go?
Oh, we are here. We can be like other 45 minutes.
Okay, I'm just fixing the lighting here. Like I said, I regret, and it's nothing I can do. My computer is right there. It's not letting me sign in, so I'm sorry to not participate in the chat room. That's something that I like to do the most, because I'd be filling you guys in with links. You guys be asking questions, I'd be reading them, and I'd be giving you all the links in the chat to all these different things. I'd appreciate it if you went to my link tree in the description box, and my link tree
Oh
has
yeah.
all of my stuff. You got my YouTube channel, my Patreon, which is the most important. But I know that's hard to do stuff on, because I'm not as computer enlightened as I'd like to be. And so like I used to have like 11 Patreons, but I wasn't as active as I was, and now I only got 5. But that's cool. I appreciate those 5 Patreons, but that $1 per month goes to helping me build Earthships. So, and then helping you build your own Earthship, and I'll be building it for you. And I mean, seriously, like, people don't like, this is what I'm going to be doing for the Earthship people. Like, I'm the Earthship guy that I'm like, all right, dude, there's so many different things. What, like you said, Vicky, all the free off-grid stuff that we used to research, and how do we do this for ourselves? Yeah, like, that's all I've been trying to do for the past like nearly 15 years. And it's now it's for the Earthship stuff. It's step 1, do the Earthship Academy. Step 2, do a field study, which is I already told you what the Earthship Academy is. Step 2 is the field study, which is it's basically an advanced Earthship Academy. So you took everything that you learned from the Earthship Academy, and now you're putting it into work. And now you are starting from the ground, from nothing, from zero level ground. Got to level that ground out too, by the way. Has to be level. And by the way, I asked the people there what the difference was between flat and level, and I got very interesting answers from the architects and the engineers there. So flat, you can have a diagonal and still be flat.
The wall is
So
flat.
So people get the whole, like, they don't even know the difference between flat and level. The globe earthers think that they're actually the. I'm not even gonna get into that crap. but I love it, because like the globe earthers will tell other globe earthers what flat earthers think. Globe earthers go, this is what flat earthers think and believe. You don't know what flat earthers think and believe. You're not a flat earther, you fucking doofus buffoon. You got the whole thing wrong. So everything that you say is a lie. Like, if you're a globe earther and you're going around on your channel saying this is what a flat earther believes and this is what well, if you got to find that individual person, and then, I mean, dude, not every single globe earther thinks a different way. Every single flat earther thinks a different way. Not every single person thinks differently. Every single flat earther has a different perspective and their own theories. It's an unknowable, unsolvable thing that we're in or on and a part of. You can kind of solve it a little bit and try to tell other people about it, which is what I don't know. I thought I was doing. I just try to share things that I like, and I try to. I don't like to force. That's not like right now. I'm not forcing anything. It's just all coming out of me. I don't have to. I had no script. I learned what this show was going to be about 2 hours before the show started. I was like, okay, flat earth, psilocybin, and Earthship stuff. Okay, and I was just like, I was tired. I wanted to take a nap before this, but suddenly I was filled with energy, and so it's just I have no script. It's all coming out of me. I thought I was actually going to be low energy and boring. I thought this is actually a pretty decent. I think this is a good one, right? And
great, man.
So it's like I really wish I could be in the chat room. You don't understand how much more that because the link tree, the stupid shadow, the what I've done now, which is crazy. Now, if I thought about this earlier today, this is crazy. Like spirituality and even intellectual pursuits, like religious and even astronomical interests. Like if you study a parody religion, you can learn more from studying a parody religion than you could studying an avenue in physics. Like, let's just say quantum mechanics. And so what most people don't know what a parody religion even is. What is a parody religion? It's a religion that's a parody of the other religions. Obviously, and so it's irreverent. It's disrespectful. It's mocking the ball earthers. So you're mocking the heliocentrist cult zealots. And so, okay, so the books that I was reading, they said you gotta join 2 other religions. So I was like, all right. I was thinking either Zen or Taoism. That's like non-duality. Like so is Zen. I was very into non-duality back around 2012 and 2013 when which is what I'm talking about. And so the book that I was reading, which was about changing your brain and changing the way you view the world with extreme brain change experiments and technology. So I had to join 2 other religions. So I was like, I wanted to, if I'm going to join a religion, I'm going to join a parody religion, a religion that is making fun of all of the other religions. So that's why I joined the Church of the SubGenius in 2013. That's how I got my channel name, Flat Earth SubGenius. And so the Church of the SubGenius is a parody religion, and that was created around 1980. And I think 1981 to be specific. And the Discordian Society was created in 1957 or 58 or 59. And it's a way to decentralize everything and radicalize everyone. And so if we're destroying capitalism, which is what we're doing, by creating these economies that we're all a part of now, that's how that we're going to. So so I joined the 2 parody religions because I wanted to make myself funnier. I thought if I was too Zen-like, that Alan Watts said that you stink of Zen, you reek of Zen. It's like, oh, this guy's like all Zen'd out here, and he's just everything he says is all Zen-y, and it's like that gets a little boring. So you need to have some levity and to laugh and joke. And if you're not laughing, if you didn't laugh in this podcast, dude, like something's wrong with, like, you're on the wrong path. If you're laughing, if you laughed in this podcast, that means you're on the right path. If you're laughing, you go, oh man, I needed a laugh. Like, dude, this right now, this stupid, it helps. This will help me in real life when I'm on stage, when I'm doing a comedy routine, because I'm the second ever flat earth comedian. So every single comedian in the world is a globe earth comedian, and he spouts globe earth comedy. Pathetic globe earth memes, pathetic globe earth comedy, and it's all shitty and horrible, pessimistic, atheistic, nihilistic globe earth comedy bullshit. So I am the inventor of flat earth comedy, and I am the inventor of flat earth comedians. Although I give credit to where credit's due, Matt Powerland. And Powerland is the one who gave me the idea. Oh, no, I made up the idea in my head because of Powerland's existence. I was like, all right, well, this when I saw, because I was already doing comedy, I was already in Hollywood amongst the demons in 2009 and 2010. They're trying to get me to sell my soul. Here, you got to do coke. You got to fuck old people to be a part of Warner Brothers. Oops, sorry, never mind. I might have said that too loud. But they already tried to get me to sell my soul in 2009 and 10. I was already in Hollywood. I was already trying to be a famous comedian. The people that I've connected with through Hollywood, they're famous comedians now who are friends with Stephen Colbert and Joe Rogan, and they all have contracts and agents and managers, and they're all selling for the J. So like I've rubbed shoulders with these people. They're all like Owen Benjamin types. That's why like we got Matt Powerland, first ever flat earth comedian. Dan Falkenbach, myself, flat earth SubGenius, second ever flat earth comedian. Third, Eddie Bravo. Fourth, Owen Benjamin. I keep an eye on all. I keep an eye on all of them. Fifth, Jim Brewer. And he like these. You don't understand the culture. Like that's so. If the Discordian society infiltrates culture and society, and it has no leader, no centralized leader to the conspiracy, so you can't catch it. It can't be caught. It's the only entity that cannot be captured in the conspiratorial world. It has no leader. So
everyone's a leader here in that community, right?
Everyone is a pope. Everyone is infallible, and you have your own power to say and do whatever you want, as long as you're not harming anyone. So it's like this. So then I just put all of my energy into the stuff. Like I got to find a community that'll accept me. Okay, the Esalen Institute will accept me. Okay, the Earthship Academy will accept me. Okay, these UFO people will accept me. Okay, these spiritual people will accept me. Okay, these Earthship people will accept me. Okay, they're not. These flat earther people will accept me. Okay, they're not. So it's like me personally, trying to strive to find connection and actually be a part of something. I am connected with a lot of you. Yeah, we are connected. Some of us now, Vika, and Vika and I have known of each other offhand for close to half a decade, if not more, and somewhere around half a decade. And this is the first time, we barely chatted at all. And I've watched his documentary, although the second one I have to watch, the Mechanical Realm one. Is that the one that just came out? The second, yeah, I gotta watch that. I watched all the other ones, but I gotta watch that one still. And I just have it on my computer, and I might even watch it tonight. But so I'm trying to find a connection, man. I'm trying to find a group of people that will get down and tune in and with what we're doing. And it's taken me literally almost 15 years, but I finally have some semblance of a crew, of an Earthship crew, and the people that are actually going to be a part of my real life and helping me build. Like, dude, people have really screwed up opinions upon the word use. Like, how are you using me? How am I using you? Well, you're using me because I'm being interviewed. I'm using you because you're interviewing me. We get to use each other in the ways that we want. So if I'm using myself in the way that I want to be used by other people, then that's a good thing. Like, I'm not a woman who's gonna get all twisted and torn about, oh, what do you mean used? You're using me? It's like, no, I'm not. I'm not using you in a negative way. I'm using you in the only way that I know how to. This is the only. I have a super intelligent camera and phone in my hand that I'm using. Of course I'm going to use it in this way. This is how I think it's going to help. Maybe there are obviously better ways to use my time and energy. I'm trying the best that I can, man. I'm trying the best that I can in chat room. I grew up poor. I grew up not dumb, but not, just not really, dude. I had straight A's up until they started to this guy needs Ritalin. This guy, he's asking questions about why the dinosaurs, how do you know what colors they are? And how do you know what, because I was asking the teachers in school, how do you know what colors the dinosaurs are in the textbooks? Because you'd have to be there to see oh, we did it through the pigment filaments. And what? You're telling me you determined the color of animals millions of years ago through what the fuck? No, I refuse to believe that, and I am never paying attention to any. All right, this kid needs Ritalin. He's got ADHD. So yeah, no, like I was a straight A student up until I wasn't. And then ironically enough, then I started to read. Once I started to fail school, then I started to become a book collector in real life. Because what hampered me so much was I hated the books that they were assigning me to read. I don't want to read these catch-22. Oh, it's a banned book. It's the what's it? The rabbits the at war with each other or whatever. Hazel getting killed, and what was it? The Watership Down. Yeah, I don't want to read your Watership Down and your Tom Sawyer's. I want to read, although Tom Sawyer would be a badass book to read right now. But like, so then and my mom, man, I wish you would have read like this during school. And it's like, I started, like, now I watch videos on how to collect the right books, and from successful and failed book collectors and sellers that have opened their own businesses. So now I'm getting all of my information from people who have already had their own physical business, whether we're either successful at it or failed at it. And so I'm combining my Earthship library comedy club. That's my dude. Guys, I don't tell this to many people, and that's why I've saved it to the very end here. I don't want to tell my plans to you guys. I don't want to tell all of my plans
because you ruin them. You jinx it,
See that,
and it unfolds nice, and you know what they do? Leave hints, so that when people go back and like, oh, that's what you meant. Oh, you say it, but you don't really say it.
So that's why I waited an hour and 32 minutes into this to say it, because that's like you just said. I just want to do it. I don't. Next time you see me, I'll probably be back in New Mexico building Earthships. So and I'll be over there, and like my friends already want me to go back over there. I got plenty of work, dude. Now it's getting to the point where I'm gonna potentially have builds in Hawaii, in Puerto Rico, and Costa Rica.
Oh, bro.
So it's like we can be doing island. Well,
island hopping.
Well, let's keep old Jeffrey out of it, but
no.
But no, like we can be chilling in Mexico or wherever, like on these islands. What was it? Puerto Rico. Yeah, Puerto Rico has a new Earthship that was created recently, and my friends are all involved. Top guys. And dude, like if I went there, I would be set up with my own vehicle, my own shelter, and you get food. Like there's food growing all over the trees, so it's like free food growing everywhere on the trees. And So like they told me that, yeah, you're going to be hooked up when you go to Puerto Rico. And I'm like, oh, dude.
Bro,
So I'm like,
if you can try to stay in touch, man. Let me know when you go to Puerto Rico. I got a friend out there who would really be interested in what
meeting
you're
up.
doing.
Exactly.
He's from Brooklyn, and he's real into being native. He was on a History Channel like 20 years ago. They sent him to Brazil. He's got his face tattooed, and he wants to be like indigenous and live in the jungle. He's got his nose pierced. He's a crazy dude. He used to work in Manhattan. He was doing piercings before piercings were popular, and embedding, plastic under your skin and deformities. And he was doing all of that stuff in the 90s.
Nice.
He made a fortune. He was a squatter who squatted a building off of Manhattan. He won the case and sold the building and made a fortune and left. It's kind of a great successful story.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Guys, before we continue, because for the time limit we have, the other thing I wanted to discuss is also when I saw also Daniel was the first one whom I saw more or less in the flat earth community speaking about the psilocybin and all this stuff, right?
Yeah,
so one of the
finally some credit. freaking Louise, man.
People
Dude,
are scared. People are scared to speak about all these things, especially the flat earthers, right? So that was also one of the connection, right? Like we on our podcast we discuss a lot about the pineal gland and the psilocybin, DMT or whatever, right? The Christ consciousness, the Christos oil, right? The Santa Clausum, right? We all go that into that a lot because for us it's a part of that understanding of where you live, right? That's why I don't before I didn't used to speak I don't have anything in my videos about all these things, right? But our podcasts we do discuss, right, these kind of things, right, Gene?
Oh, it comes up all the time. It's almost unavoidable, really.
Well, that's what like Terrence McKenna talked about, how having psychedelic conversations is among the most important conversations that you can have, because it unearths a lot of things that were hidden and unveiled. It unveils a lot of hidden realities that are hidden in plain sight.
And realities that are shut down for us also, not just hidden. They close the doors on them for us,
Yeah, it's a lot
harder to access, and we're disconnected in such a way where and then they put the fear of these things. Oh, you're gonna look in the mirror and peel your face off because you think you're an orange, and jump out a window because you think you could fly, and it's not really like that. So they, and we were talking about propaganda a couple of weeks ago with Mike from THC. I don't know if you probably know him.
Yep.
Facebook
yeah, I was
guy.
actually I was watching. I was on his show, and I was literally watching him debate McToon right before I hopped on this. So shout out to THC.
Cool. Mike's a good dude.
Yep.
But they
I met him. At sorry, Gene. I met him at Flaptoberfest.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I met a lot of the I met Sergeant, THC, a lot of the Karen B, a lot of the more popular channels at Flaptoberfest, and it was cool. And I'm like, I still talk to a lot of those people, and it's cool. You make lifelong connections at these real life events. So
I was just in Tennessee for the pastors debate, and I got people on my phone, and we got people coming on the podcast.
That was wild.
Oh, it was great, bro. It was really cool. The whole thing was like, wow.
I derailed you though. You were talking about psychedelics and stuff.
It's all good.
Okay.
No, you know how they demonize everything, and they put a fear and propaganda and the big movements of these people who were stars to discredit all of these things. And they have us killing dandelions with the same people. So it's right in our faces.
Exactly. And this is the reason I for our community to start speaking about this, because if I started already from before, since my first videos about DMT and psilocybin and the pineal gland, the people would have gone crazy, right? That's why I took a bit of time, you know,
Open them up a
to
little.
for the people to open up, you know, slowly. So it's not that difficult, right? So
I have to trick you to think for yourself.
But and if it comes out in little trickles here and there, it is less shocking. When
Yeah,
because then you kind of registering it, you might hear it over here, and it's not just being repetitive. These are truths, and like you say, we got to be
I
discerning.
was I was worried about repeating myself and things that I said on other podcasts here, but no one's probably really familiar with me in his chat room besides like 5 people, so it'll be good.
Nice, bro. We do this every week. I say some of the same things all the time too. I'm going to tell you one. Here's one you might like, bro. My new saying is, this narrative has us thinking we're going to be the Jetsons any day now, as they turn us into the Flintstones right in front of our eyes. We don't even know
Ooh,
it. Like,
dang, that's a good one. That's a
thanks,
good
man.
one.
It's
Yeah,
just
hey,
that's the old switcheroo. That's the old classic Indiana Jones switcheroo there.
yeah. Oh,
But
the new
actually,
Indiana Jones is about the Anaconda mechanism.
oh,
It came out while
well,
we were
no,
video.
don't spoil it. I actually want to see it.
No. The
Okay.
timing was it came out while we were videotaping our documentary about the Anaconda mechanism.
Wow,
It was like,
that's
what?
the
interesting.
mechanical run.
The new
That's
one you're gonna
And the
crazy.
watch.
sublog.
Yeah.
Wow. See, dude,
Crazy,
no,
bro.
they're obsessed with us. All of the celebrity culture, all of the Hollywood and celebrity culture, even the rich elites in Europe, all of their stuff comes from us.
Hmm.
That's why you saw Leonardo DiCaprio with the Pope with his flat Earth book, and you remember that, right?
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Leonardo
yeah.
DiCaprio gave the Pope a flat Earth book. Or it wasn't a flat Earth book. It was a book that was opened at the exact flat Earth cosmology, and he just so happened,
okay.
Leo, to be talking to the Pope while the cameras were running.
Yeah. Right.
Nothing conspiratorial about that at all. It's just the Pope and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
But no, these people get all of it, like just like the globe earthers and the pathetic YouTube globe earthers people, the globe earth shills, they get all of their material from us, all of their source from us, all of their theories and models from us.
Bro, you're right. They got the globe because they took the flat Earth model and 500 years of wrapping it into a ball and
Took
everything
a
that goes
long
with
time
it.
to, dude. It took them so long to it took them literally concentrated effort over decades and centuries
Yeah.
of to finally get some remnants of support. And then they got massive support after NASA came and with the picture. And then it just, dude, like the globe Earth wasn't taken seriously until about 100 years ago.
Right.
And then it's people are like, I love saying this is one of my repeated thing. Like, I don't know if this get you in trouble or whatever, but like, I hope not. But like, the globe earthers used to be killed on the spot. When if you were talking about the Earth spinning, and the Coriolis and the core and people being underneath you on the other, like they would literally just gang up on you and beat the shit out of you and throw you into death. So like that's why it was reversed. That's why they go, hey Dan,
Uh,
we're gonna beat the shit out of you and throw you in a ditch if you continue to fucking. So I'm like, that's why you have to go, oh, I'm gonna shut up and smile. I'm just gonna learn this for a little bit, and I'm gonna learn how to do it, and then I'll just host my own open mics where I can sing songs and dance, and I can clap my hands, and I can have a little bit of a psilocybin nearby if I want to, and we can all sing Kumbaya. No. But seriously, there's a lot of possibilities to this, and they're scared of that. And the globe earthers, the globe earth comedians, the globe earth scientists get all of their talking points from the flat earthers. The globe earth news news, politics, they get all of their talking points from the flat earthers. The scientists, they get the global earth scientists, they get all of their talking points from us. The comedians on stage, the global earth comedians, they get all of their talking points from us. That's all they have is us. They think we're stupid. They think we're dumb. They think we're subhuman. They think we're NPC bots, and yet they can't stop interacting with us. This is such a strange thing. Well, it's like, dude, we're all in this together. Whether you're a globe earther or a flat earther, you're a globe earther on the plane. You're stuck here with us. We're all that. The thing is that they're obsessed with infinite dimensions and infinite multiversal possibilities, quantum entanglement. I love this. We're all entangled by invisible balls. Oh, more invisible balls. Interesting how you're obsessed with your invisible balls called atoms. But sorry, Gene, you're about to say something?
Yeah, man. What you're saying, it sounds like they need mushrooms.
Dude. Well, so the invisible quantum entanglement that they're obsessed with this. Okay, so I got derailed there. I'm derailed right now.
Sorry, man.
The global earth comedians. So, dude, they get all of their talking points from us. So it's like we used to, like, what, I don't know what's going on with the Zion and Bob Marley thing. Like, the Zion city was a city of flat earthers, and there were no. The whole city was all flat earthers, and that was Zion City. That was like in Indiana or Illinois, right? You can look this up. This is Indiana or Illinois and you could type in Zion City, and it was the city of flat earthers. And like I said, if you were a globe earther, they just beat the shit out of you or throw you out of the fucking city. They don't even want you in. So what? Why does what's Bob singing about? I want to be like a lion in Zion. Oh, he wants to be like a lion in Zion? Well, what were those Zion? A Zionist. Interesting how a Zionism gets involved in. So you got the Babylonian, the Tower of Babel. Dude, they're trying to build a tower to reach to the first. Like, I think that's what the primitive humans did. Like, the primitive humans just stacked a bunch of rocks together, or just cut down the trees. And they're like, yo, if we just blow up and petrify all this shit and cut down all the trees, we can reach to the shit up there. Dude, I think like we were like literally like those giant avatar things, like huge giant titans. And I think that we were all living in mile-high trees, and like hundreds, like the mile-high trees were the small ones. Mm-hmm. And those are like a mile-high tree. I almost saw it myself when I went to the friggin' redwoods. And when I went to the redwoods and I see these trees that I can't even see the canopy of, the ceiling of, what the hell is going on here? These things, a bus can drive through them. Mm-hmm. Why? And when I'm looking at the stars in the redwood forest, you guys, dude, holy crap, man. Like, you think you're about to get abducted, or like,
we got nothing like that here on the East Coast, man. Nothing like it. At least by me. Like, maybe in Virginia, in spots, that's definitely different. But I'm upstate New York, a couple hours past the city. That's totally drowned out.
I'm in upstate New York too. So.
Are you really?
Yeah.
We gotta figure out where we are, man. How far away we are from each other.
Yeah, I'm near Buffalo.
I'm 2 hours from Buffalo.
Yeah,
bro, Buffalo has got such gorgeous buildings. I went to see a UFC fight up there a bunch of years back. I was like, wow, but I didn't know what I was looking at. But now
mudflood, like tartar, yeah,
mudflood, bro. Every town in between us is mud flooded, bro.
Mm-hmm. No, Buffalo is riddled with them.
Gorgeous
matter of fact, nobody has yet made a mudflood Tartarian Buffalo video, and I'm thinking about being the first person to do it before that one guy comes and takes my video content. No, I was kidding. No. That dude who goes around to the cities, that Tartar mudflood guy, and he shows all it. I don't know his name, but he does good work, and he'll probably do it before I do it. But
let's
yeah,
talk, bro. Maybe we'll do something together.
let's
then.
do that. Let's do that. Let's
bro,
come
let's
down here,
do it, man.
and we'll film all the tartar, and I can show you where they all are, dude. They're so I know where they are. So like I could be like, all right, we got to hit this place, we got to hit this place, we got to hit this place. So we could hit like
dialogue.
Yeah, exactly. We could hit like 5 ancient mud flooded out buildings, at least 5.
Nice.
And they have like the ancient banks and shit that were the entire
the Capitol building down there.
Yeah, the whole dome. Oh, it's got all the etheric spikes. It's got all the electrical spires all over.
The antennas that are harvesting.
Yeah, dude, I saw that today. I saw that. I see it every day I go down there. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, matter of fact, dude, like, what's it called? The a dude who's involved in the Theosophical Society invited me to some as close to a Freemason meeting as you can get. Well, this was after I did my whole comedy thing in Hollywood. So somehow he found out about me in my hometown and then invited me. And I'm like,
excuse me.
I went.
Come with us, sir.
I went, and dude, the whole thing was wild. I love to tell you guys that whole story, but that is when I got introduced to. Now, here's the thing. He was introducing me to things that I've been studying now for the past 13 years. And I was introduced to that then 13 years ago, and I'm still studying it now. This is what would be considered the mother of New Age, Helena Blavatsky. H.B. Blavatsky? That's 2 B's though, but it's Madame Blavatsky she's the founder of the Theosophical Society, and she handpicked and groomed J.D. Krishnamurti, which was going to be the spiritual leader of the whole entire world. This was all recently. Literally the spiritual enlightened speaker and teacher of the guru of the world.
Like the Pope of the world, right?
Yeah, so he turned it down. He turned it down and then just went around the world and taught his own lectures. And this is one of the biggest mentors that I have in my life. And this is J.D. Krishnamurti. And so that guy showed, like, that guy had Krishnamurti on the wall, and he handed me the cliff notes of the secret doctrine, which then started making me research alternative Earth theories, hyperbolia, Atlanteans, Lemurians. So these are all root races. This is all tied to Madame Blavatsky's root race theory, and we are like the 5th or the 6th race. I think we're the 5th, and there were 4 races before us. Each race is called a root race, and so it was like the first ones were like Hyperboreans or something, like yellow beings or something. And then you had like the Lemurians, the blue beings, and then you have the Atlanteans, which sprung from the Lemurians, and now you have us, which sprung from the Atlanteans. And that's why everyone is obsessed with the Atlantean theory and the Pangea and the original, we were all one continent. The Black conscious community is obsessed with that. And this ties into the Hebrew Israelites, and this gets insane. Then it ties into all ancient cosmologies, because you're talking about his Hebrew Israelite cosmologies. Guess what? It's flat. It's planar. It's the same. It's an enclosed system. And so and then it gets into black and white and Jewish shit, and it just gets too insane. Where how are you supposed to tell this to people? Oh, the blacks are really the Jews, and and the Indians are black, and it gets insane. How am I supposed to? The Chinese are actually like, I don't understand how I'm supposed to make so. The only way you can talk about this and make sense to other people is if you actually understand it. I don't understand right now what I'm talking about. I don't understand it. That's why I skim around it. That's why it takes me 13 years of almost daily study to even be able to talk about. And interestingly enough, Vika, Michael Reynolds, the Earthship inventor designer, and that's the last Earthship that I made is called the Atlantis Earthship. And he has a place specifically called the Lemuria area. So he's familiar with it. And matter of fact, I've talked to Michael Reynolds about the evolution of his paintings on his wall in his home chamber, his home desk, his business room. He's got the evolution of pictures, and it starts with like a dot, and then it turns into a ball, and then it flattens out, and then he has a painting of a circle and a sphere, but then there's a ladder ascending past beyond the ball and going above to the higher planes. And I was like, what is going on here? Is he trying to like, so I asked him one-on-one. I'm like, what's the deal with it? I go, is there like flat earth stuff? He's like, no, it's just what, so like, no, it's like, so, and now one thing I wanted to, so the Earthship mechanics is all heliocentric based. The way that they call it gravity fed. So like the way that the water is running, they call it gravity fed. It's gravity fed, meaning that you want all of your water to be feeding into particular areas, like the black water and the gray water.
What's exactly up?
Yeah,
for recycling the water and
exactly
harvesting the water.
Yeah. So where you can reuse the water is the gray water, and that's for the dishes in the sink and the shower water. So you can reuse that water for yourself because that's been filtered and cleaned and then recycled back into the system. So then now you can reuse the water that that you've collected. So all the water you want to it all flows to the cisterns, the main cisterns, and they call it gravity fed. And every time they said it, I was like, and like
this is a tough one, right?
So I started to call it I started to call it density fed. It's actually, it has to do with density and buoyancy. It has nothing to do with gravity. And so the plumber, he was doing a tour with me, but for somebody else. So I'm working for the plumber. He's one of the main plumbers for the Earthship, and him and I are actually, I have that video on my channel. I'll share it to you, Vika. It's a complete tour of the plumber's Earthship and of his hybrid custom Earthship worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that I helped to work on, and it's completed now, and it's beautiful and amazing. He can sell it for $500,000 or $1 million if he wants to now. And so he goes to the people that was in his home. He goes, hey, look, this is, and it all feeds here, and it's all density fed. And he looked over at me, and so I got the main Earthship people, instead of saying they're crappy, it's gravity fed to the people that joking around. He says, no, it's density fed. And I'm like, look at this shit. This is amazing. And so it's like, to me, that's proof. That's personal, direct life experience. When he was making fun of the flat earth, and now he's saying it's density fed to people that are coming in. And hell, it could be a joke and he could be making fun of me, but guess what? He's right, and it doesn't matter. I am the fool. Make me the butt of the joke. Go ahead. You know, I have to play the dunce character, the fool, to the Discordian trickster. Look, he's the tricky flat Earth psilocybin Earthship guy, and he's going to steer me down the road. I'm not steering you down the wrong path. I'm not steering you. I don't want to steer you. I want to steer you to the path that you need to go to. I don't know how many lives we have. I don't know if this is the culmination of thousands of lives, or if this is my second life, or if this is my first life. I don't fucking know. I had many theories. I could speculate all day, but ultimately I don't know. So I don't want to steer anyone in the wrong direction. I don't want to steer myself in the wrong direction. Last year, I broke my foot in half, and I was in the process of partnering with my friends and business people to start like my own breweries, to start my own library to start my own Earthship comedy club. And I literally, I guess, was on the wrong path, and I broke myself, my physical body, and I had like not I'm stuck. I'm stuck in the desert in the middle of nowhere by myself, and my ankle is hanging off of, it's totally broken. And I have to crawl up the stairs to take a shit. I'm totally by myself for 2 weeks, and I have a puppy to take care of who's 6 months old and who needs to get walked every day. This is all new to me, guys. This all just happened to me. I had to do physical therapy. I just recovered. I haven't been. I think, what would have happened if I didn't break my ankle in half? How would my life have changed? Would I already be making Earthships for other people? Would I already be in business? Would I already be? I can't think that way. I just have to keep moving forward. I have to keep putting wood into the chamber and keep the fire going. Otherwise, it's going to go out. No one else is going to keep my fire going. The only person that's going to keep my fire going is myself and my own internal power and intent. That's the only thing. As much as I want other people's support and their fire too, and their passion, is, oh, I want the whole world to have my passion and my humor. And if it was just, no, that's not going to change anything. If I just have everyone be like me, then the whole world will be fixed. No. I wish that were the case, but I can't. I have to be the best person I can be, and so that's all I'm trying to do. And I've had many setbacks. I've had horrible, traumatic setbacks that I'm working on right now. I literally, my hands are damaged. Like, what is it? Can't see. Got Band-Aids.
On the other side, you got some red spots there, man. What happened?
It's from landscaping and from
working to the bone, brother.
Blisters, and
that's what they want us to do, bro.
It's like,
with these smaller communities, we could all function within each other without destroying ourselves, without working two and a half, 3 jobs to make ends meet with other people. It would be a completely different world, bro. We had smaller communities all over the place, and it could really work.
Oh yeah, that's what we are made for, to live in smaller community, bonfire, psilocybin, Yeah,
man.
I want to give a quick shout out to one of our friend is there, Geocentric from the TikTok. Hey brother, nice to see you here. Yeah, sure, we will be passing by there maybe later, right?
What's up, Geo?
Make sure you guys invite me to your to the TikTok stuff, because I'll be there every day.
You gotta friend me back, so I'll message you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll message you.
And I'll give a quick shout out to other people also there in the chat. There was Queen M, Dr. Frankenstein. There was Gene there. There is We Ace. There was Robin Lee McIntosh. Aloha from Florida. Matthew, brother, shout out for that super chat. And then there was Stephanie Campbell. Then is Jeremy Bird, thank you, brother, for that generous one too, super chat. And then there is then there is TMM, and there is Zoo Scott Amo, brother. How are you?
What's up, Zoo Scott?
How many live viewers?
We made
checking that right
then
now.
To do it.
24.
Then there is right now it's 24. Before was almost 35 people before. Then it's Alan Nostrand. Yep. Just a second, Gene. Felicis Desengaño, Burr Live, Half Warrior, Truth or Cherry Popper, Angel of Elevation, brother Chris. Angle of Elevation is one of our mod and one of our first admin and mod from World Flat Earth Association. Chris Hillman from Canada, brother. Big shout out to you for all that work. And then there is who else is?
And I know
Brian Odell, another brother. And then there is Gary Y. Benga, Felices. Then there is Mumsy My Bear. Buri Ivis. I hope I'm saying and then our brother Geocentric, Joanna Fig. Then there's Mikey Smith. There I even saw before our brother Mike from Truth Hour of Comedy. Another
Yeah,
awesome.
Mike's in the house. What's
check.
up, bro?
what's up, dude?
And there's
Nice.
Iron Horse, how you doing?
Alien Guru. Then there's Iron Horse, another brother. And then, yep. Thank you everybody for being here. Right, awesome. There was a great chat. We'll be starting to wrapping up, brother. Anything you want to share before we start wrapping it up?
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect timing. Yeah, like I said, my link tree is in the description.
Exactly.
The places that you can find me and direct message me easiest, where I'll answer back immediately. Oh, there we go. Is check my link tree in the description, and it's got everything. It's got my Facebook. It's got my Facebook profile, my Facebook groups that I have, which feature all of the most important flat earthers easily. The League of Extraordinary Flat Earthers has 6,000 members, and every main flat earther is in it. There would be easily over 10,000 members, but they keep deleting thousands of members at a time, and that it doesn't allow me to promote it. It says that it's specifically at the bottom of the feed. My Discord server, unfortunately, I'm banned from. So somebody else runs my Discord server. Because my entire account was banned because what I represent. So they had to ban my entire account. So then I have a backup account. So now I participate, just like I do. You can participate in my Discord group, even though I'm not even a fucking. I'm not even. Oh my god! You have no idea how much that pisses me off. How I'm not even the creator. I'm not even involved in my own Discord anymore. Another guy that I picked. Although shout out to Box Ops. He's great. He runs my Discord server. So that's the same. It's the same thing. Flat Earth SubGeniuses or something. But it just gets like my link tree literally is an ultimate conspiracy rabbit hole. Like and this is the Discordian Society. So if you went to, sorry, I interrupted myself. The places that you can actually find me and DM me and get an instant message back is Instagram, Facebook, and Telegram. So, and I have shit tons of Telegram groups. I got like, I don't know, at least 5 good Telegram groups, and they have hundreds of subscribers and hundreds of members in the groups. So, and again, it's all the main people. And so, like, if you want to rub shoulders with the giants, let's so join my groups. Yeah, no, that like the Discordian. So there's a thing called the Discordian Society. They say that you need to invent new Discordian societies. So I invented the new Discordian Society, and I also invented the newest Discordian Society. So now I'm the inventor of the new Discordian Society and the newest Discordian Society, and I've changed every single Discordian group and SubGenius group into a Flat Earth group. So every single SubGenius and Discordian group, which is hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, I've turned every single one of these groups and infiltrated every single one of them. I've turned them all into Flat Earth groups, and they all hate me for it. And that's why I got banned out of all of them. And there's nothing they can do about it. And so they hate me. They're like, I see your Discordian ways. I don't like your Discordianism. Discordianism isn't. It's radicalized individualization. Everyone is totally radical individual, and all Discordians aren't made alike. All SubGeniuses aren't going to get along. We get along great. I like you a lot, Gene. I like you a lot, Vika. Obviously, we're going to have future conversations, but yeah. So go to my link tree, and you don't want to get too deep, like. You don't want to go too deep down in the rabbit hole because, like Gene said earlier, it can shock you and you can get overloaded. And I've had people literally in front of me faint, and I had to catch them because what I'm saying to them is so much that literally they're like, and they faint.
Overload.
Dude, I overloaded a black magician, a literal stage magician. I had and who was connected to David Blaine. David Blaine gave this guy a shout out. So I mind fucked a David Blaine connected black magician. It was about flat Earth. It was the first time I was wearing a flat Earth shirt. It was Matt Powerland shirt, photo or painting. 2000,
Cool.
2015. I was wearing at the restaurant that I was working at, and the magician was working, who stole my ID out of my wallet earlier somehow without me knowing, and so he fucked with me, so I had to fuck with him. So he goes, photo or painting, huh? Photo. I go, well, it's neither. I go, it's actually a photo of a painting that my friend painted. I go, and it's photoshopped onto this T-shirt, so it's a trick question. It's neither. And so I'm going into it with him, and he goes, oh, I'm a magician. I deal in illusions. I know all about illusions. And I go, oh, good. So let's talk about your heliocentric model then, the theory. And dude, so I got into it with them. Psychoanalytical behavior started to happen, where heavy cognitive dissonance. He started to turn white and red, like blush and flush, and then beads of sweat started to form on his forehead. And so I said to him, I go, see, what you're experiencing right now is an extreme case of cognitive dissonance. I go, I could literally see your face turning white and red and beads of sweat forming on your head just because of this conversation that you've never had before. And I go, it's an interesting phenomenon, isn't it? And dude, this guy was about to faint too. So even someone on an elite level, like a David Blaine connected black magician, you can, dude, these guys, they got nothing on you. You just, like I said, the reason I wanted to start my channel was to inspire other people to then speak whatever they want into the world themselves and not be scared of people threatening you or being muzzled and filtered. If this guy, me, could say that, then I can say whatever I want. So that's all I've been trying to do for the past 15 years. And I think I've done a pretty darn good job of it. And yeah, thank you, Vika, for having me on here, man. I really appreciate it. And Gene, thanks for being a co-host with us.
Oh yeah, brother, it was a pleasure. And this is the thing, I am in your groups on Facebook. I'm also in some of your group in Telegram. And yeah, everyone in the chat, you can find it in the description, the link for Flat Earth SubGenius. And yes, give it a like, follow, share. And if you're first time here, hit the subscribe button too here. And we do amazing stuff here. And we might be doing how do you say, our anniversary podcast, even though we have most of our Sundays booked, but we will be trying to figure it out. Gene, brother, before we wrap up, last words, brother.
All right, bro. It was really great to meet you, Dan. Great to meet you, bro. I saw your work years ago, man, and in the fashion of what you called it, SubGeniuses, bro. I had no idea what you were talking about. I was fucking lost. I was just like,
I know.
And I couldn't wait to be able to watch that stuff and catch up to it, man. And here we are, like full circle. You know what I mean? Hanging out now.
It's tough to make sense of parody nonsense. You know, it's like paradoxical parody religion. That's what I thought. I'm like, if I could just make some sense of this nonsense, then other people won't have to. Or I could, like you just said, I can help you make sense of the nonsense so you don't have to. Like, I don't want you to waste your time like I did with this bullshit. So like,
exactly,
I don't work for the SubGenius anymore. I want to change my name. I'll change it to the Flat Earth Discordian. I don't care. I don't even. I want a new name. I want a new alias.
Super Genius.
The Flat Earth Super Geniuses.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's a good one too.
That way, brother.
He likes that.
That's a good one too. All right, guys. Yo, thank you. I gotta get back to my dog, and
we'll meet up in Albany someday, brother. We'll work on something like that, man. Because I would really like to start to document this stuff a little more personally myself.
Okay, so, I'll help you do that.
Yeah, thanks, man. I got a lot down here, bro. So
Mhm.
You know,
Well,
and I was recently, so I got a friend who works up in Albany a lot. So
where are
he's
you going to
up
hit me
there,
up
and
on so
I'm
I can
sorry.
see? Where are you going to hit me up on? Like Telegram or Facebook or Instagram or something? Which one?
Yeah, I'll hit you on message on Facebook first,
Okay. All right.
and
Yeah.
then
Message me
and
on
then I'll
Facebook.
grab you on it on Instagram and TikTok and all the other places and
Yeah.
Telegram and
I'm
everything.
everywhere. YouTube, Telegram. I'm on. I mean, I'm every single one of those platforms. Daily, nonstop. Operation Mindfuck.
Nice,
Nonstop.
brother. You're a
That's
warrior, brother.
that's
Thanks for being here, man.
OM. Operation Mindfuck.
Ah, nice. OG,
Nice one.
FE, Daniel Falkenbach. Thanks,
All right.
brother.
Thank you guys.
Thanks
Thank you,
for being
Gene.
here, brother. Thanks
Thank
for
you,
being
Victor.
here.
Thank you, everyone in the chat room. I got to go tend to my doggy,
All
and we
right.
will see each other soon.
Yes, sir.
Much love.
Yep. Same to you, brother. So, all right, people, there you have it. Flat Earth SubGenius. Awesome.
That was a great show, bro.
So, yep. The next week we have some other guests. I have to check. But yeah, amazing guests, another amazing guest, and we will see if we could do something in the weekday for our 2 years anniversary, right? Me and Gene, we are gonna be almost celebrating 2 years of Heliopsychosis podcast. How many podcasts, how many hours, how much expanding on deep in these rabbit holes, right? And it looks like there's so much more to it, right? It's just
Scratching the surface, bro.
exactly. So yeah, thanks for everybody for being here. Yeah, if you're first time here, hit that subscribe button and be here for our next show. Thank you, Gene, brother. Thank you, Daniel, and everybody in the chat. See you next week in the next episode of the Heliopsychosis podcast. This is your host, Vikad Raziv, signing out, guys. See you soon.
Good night,
Love you all.
everyone.
Bye. Bye. Good night.